In this video, we're going to go through a complete step-by-step guide on how to get your real estate license in the state of Kentucky. We're also going to give you some tips on how to pick your first brokerage to avoid failure. And at the end of the video, we're going to dive into a complete checklist on how much it's going to cost to get your license so you know how much you need a budget to get started. Let's dive right into the video. My name is Chris with the Empire Real Estate YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about real estate, personal finance, and entrepreneurship. If you like this kind of content, definitely subscribe. Before we get started, I do want to offer you our free How to Get Licensed and Start Your Real Estate Career Guide. If you want your copy, click the link in the description down below and check it out. Everything in this video, plus a little bit more, is inside that guide. Before we get started, if you like this kind of content and you enjoyed the video, definitely smash the like button. It does help the channel grow and I really appreciate it. The very first step to getting your real estate license is meeting some of the basic requirements. In Kentucky, you're required to be 18 years old or older and you have to be a legal resident. You're also going to have to pass a background check. So if you have any felonies or anything in your record that would maybe prevent you from getting licensed, you're going to want to reach out to the Kentucky Real Estate Commission and see if they're going to prevent you or if they're going to give you the green light and allow you to get your license. But definitely do that before you invest all this time and money into getting your license, and make sure that you're going to be able to do this with the state of Kentucky. The very first step is getting your pre-licensed education done. In the state of Kentucky, you're required to complete 96 hours of state-approved pre-licensed education. Now, I know that 96 hours sounds like a ton of time. And it's true, 96 hours is a ton of time. If you have a 9-to-5 job or you just have a really busy schedule, this might be tough to do. But the good news is there are classes that you can do online at your own pace and with your own schedule in mind. So we actually recommend you check out Colibri Real Estate School, and they have some really good classes. So if you want to check them out, there's an affiliate link down in the description below. The students really like the classes, and that's why we recommend them. They do a really good job, and they have a really high pass rate with the people that go through their school and do their pre-licensed education. So definitely check them out down below. Once you complete the pre-licensed education classes, you're going to want to take some time to study and really double down on learning the material, because this test does have a pretty high failure rate and you want to avoid that if possible. So what I would do is I would use a couple basic tips to increase the chances of passing this exam. The first one is find a real estate study buddy. Finding a real estate study buddy can make the process a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, and you're going to want to study more because you have someone to do it with and you have someone that's going to hold you accountable. The next thing is get some flashcards. Real estate flashcards can be a great thing to do with the real estate study buddy that you find. And if you end up finding a study buddy, you can go back and forth and quiz each other and really learn the material at a much faster rate. The next thing is to time block. I would time block 1 to 2 hours every single night, Monday through Friday, even do some time on the weekend, and just really time block that time to focus, study, and really learn the material so you don't get stumped on anything when it comes time to take the exam. Now, after all that, if you still feel uncomfortable with the exam, I would check out Prep Agent. I use Prep Agent to pass my exam, and Prep Agent is basically a tool that a lot of people use to go through and pass their exam, and it puts you through test-like simulations that are very similar to what's on the exam. And when you answer something wrong, it tells you why. And if you answer something right, it gives you the green light and also tells you why. So this can be a really powerful thing to use. And this is actually what helped me pass my exam. So if you want to check them out, there's an affiliate link down in the description below. And it's a really good tool and it will increase the odds of you actually passing. Next, you want to schedule your exam. Once you complete your pre-licensed education and you feel confident that you're ready to take the test, it's time to schedule your exam. In Kentucky, you're going to schedule this exam with PSI testing centers. You can go on their website and find just different testing locations that you can go take this exam at. The exam is only 120 questions long and you have 2.5 hours to do it. When you show up on test day, make sure you bring a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam, and make sure you bring 2 forms of identification to get into the testing center. Once you pass the exam, it's time to celebrate. This is a big deal. You put a lot of work into this, and a lot of people fail, and the fact that you passed is a big deal. So I would celebrate a little bit, pat yourself on the back, and then the next thing you want to do is pass your background check, and then you want to take all that stuff and you want to put it together and send it out for your license application. In the meantime, you need to start interviewing brokerages because you need to hang your license with a sponsoring broker in the state of Kentucky. This is one of the easier parts of the entire process because most brokerages will take you on as a new agent. The thing is, it's very important to pick the right brokerage because if you pick the wrong brokerage, your chances of failure go way up. And if you didn't already know, this industry has a 87% failure rate. So the people that you go to real estate school with, only 13% of them are going to be successful in this industry. So I want to give you a couple tips. So when you sit down with brokerages, you want to ask these questions because these are important questions to ask. And these are questions that I wished I asked when I first got started. The very first one is going to be, what type of mentorship do you offer? And are you going to get access to a mentor? So having a mentor for your first 3 to 5 deals is a big deal because mentorship is super important. There's so many problems that can come up in this business, and having a mentor that you can call and talk to when you're going through a stressful situation is going to be a game changer as a brand new agent. If you have someone that's already been there, if you have someone that has the experience to guide you through something, you're not going to be stressed, you're not going to be frustrated, and you're going to have a much better time getting started in this business. The second question I would ask is find out if they have a training program because your mentor could be great, but they're probably not going to be able to be there 24/7. And you want some kind of a training guide or training program that's going to walk you through how to get your career started, get it off the ground, and give you a step-by-step guide on how to go from a brand new agent to somebody that's closing deals and has a successful business. So make sure they have some kind of a training program, even if it's just a once a week meeting that they do or a once a week class that they do. Or if it's video modules online. Both can be good, but you want to make sure you have something that's going to walk you through all the steps so you can keep working every single day, even if your mentor isn't there every single day to guide you through the next thing you need to do. Last but not least, you want to ask how you're going to get business. This is a very important question because getting business is one of the most challenging things, and every brokerage is going to have a different approach. And you want to make sure that their approach is in alignment with the way you want to do business. If you want to work with friends and family, you want to find a brokerage that's going to teach you how to do that. If you want to market and get leads, you want to find a brokerage that's going to teach you how to do that. If you want a brokerage that's going to give you leads that are already done and you want to basically get a lower commission split, but everything's already done for you, you want to find a brokerage that's going to do that. So asking these questions and making sure they're in alignment with what you want to accomplish is extremely important. So finding out where you're going to get business is a very important question that every new agent should ask. Next, let's dive into the cost to get your real estate license in Kentucky. The very first one is your pre-license education. On average, you're going to spend between $300 and $600 depending on what package you get and what kind of sales your real estate school has going at the current time. Colibri Real Estate does oftentimes have some sales and some really good deals. So if you want to check them out, there's an affiliate link down below where you can look at their deals and see what kind of sales they have going on at the time. So definitely check that out, but I would average between $300 and $600. The next thing you're going to want to budget for is your real estate exam fee. In Kentucky, you're looking at about $100 for this. After that, you're going to budget for your license application, and your license application fee is another $100. Your fingerprinting and background check is going to be about $60 to $70. And then you're going to have some miscellaneous expenses like getting started with your next brokerage and insurance, which I would budget between $200 and $500. So all in all, getting your real estate license is not that expensive. It's not that much to budget, but it's always good to have a budget in place so you can get through this entire process and get your career off the ground. So if you're going to get your real estate license this year, definitely drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, drop that in the comment section below as well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and you have a great day.